Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 467. I'm Phil Graham. Today, I want to talk about why your Facebook and Instagram ads may sometimes, or even a lot of times, attract the wrong leads. I talk to so many advertisers that are getting a lot of leads, whether they're running the ads themselves or maybe somebody else is running it for them. But so many of these advertisers complain that the leads are a total waste of time and worse, a total waste of money. They're low quality, bad leads. And in that situation, it doesn't matter if you have 10 billion leads, even if they're 10 cents a lead, if they're wasting your time and wasting your money, that is a problem. So today we're going to talk about why that could be happening and what you could be doing to try and prevent that. So I hope you guys are having a great week. This is one of the most fun parts of my week, and I've been doing this for over 9 years, every single week. And I want you to know that I care about your success, whoever you are. As long as you're a good person, doing good things, trying to make things work, I want you to succeed. So with that in mind, if you ever need any help with your ads, whether it's one-on-one consulting or done for you, just go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and we can connect and possibly set up a short Zoom call. I do get a lot of DMs on Instagram, so give me a little bit of time to get back to you, but I will get back to each and every single one of you. So let's talk about why Facebook and Instagram ads many times can attract the wrong leads and end up costing you time and money. And the first point is this: cheap leads can be very expensive. Let me repeat that. Cheap leads can be very expensive. A low cost per lead can look really good in the ads manager or in your software or in a spreadsheet. But again, if it's wasting your time and not making you money and actually costing you money, it doesn't matter how cheap the leads are. They aren't cheap. They can be very expensive. I'd rather have a $40 lead that converts into sales that are a lot more than $40 than a 10-cent lead or a $1 lead that never converts into a sale. So there's a lot of people that will try and get you to focus on just the cost of the lead. It's not about the cost by itself. It's about the quality of the leads. So remember, cheap leads can absolutely be some of the most expensive leads there are. So the second reason why your ads might be attracting the wrong leads is your messaging. Your messaging can be a filter. It's not just about attracting attention. It's about filtering people in or out. So if your ad messaging is too broad or too generic, that might be an issue. Also, another common issue that I see is if the ad is super heavy on curiosity, which I like curiosity, but there is a fine line. If you go too far across the line and it's too curiosity focused, you might get a lot of leads just based off of people wanting to know more, even though they have no intention to ever become a customer or client. It can pull people in who were never, ever going to be a good fit from the very start. So your messaging is a big reason why sometimes you get cheap leads that are the most expensive leads of all. The third important point is your creatives. So the wrong creatives can absolutely mess up your leads and cost you a lot of money. So if you're running ads and maybe they're too flashy, or maybe it's too broad, maybe it's too generic, maybe it's too vague, or maybe on the other side of things, maybe it seems too get rich quick-ish or too easy win focused. You might be attracting people that are looking for shortcuts instead of people that are real buyers. Also, maybe cost-wise, if you're attracting people that are, let's say, let's be nice and call them discount shoppers, where they're looking to spend the very least amount of money, you might be talking about that in your ad copy, how affordable something is. Well, you might be attracting people that don't have enough money. And again, that can cost you a lot of time and money, get you a lot of cheap leads that end up being not cheap because it wastes your money. So let's talk about a few things you can try and do to prevent this or lessen it. Better lead quality, because that's what it's all about. It's not just about the cost of the lead, but it's about the quality of the lead. It starts before the click. It starts before the ad. It starts as you're designing and creating the ad. So think about your messaging and what you want to convey. Think about not being too generic, having very focused ad copy where your positioning is super clear, and you might even want to have some qualifying statements inside the ad itself. So I want you to look at your ad copy, and I want you to ask this question or a couple questions. If I were looking at it and I didn't know who you were and what you were selling, I want you to think of it like that. Can I tell who this ad is for? But more importantly, can I also tell who it's not for? Can I tell what the problem this ad is solving? Can I tell that? Yes or no? And you have to really think about this, not in your own mindset, but think about it like somebody else who doesn't know who you are. That's really important. So if you cannot tell who it's for, who it's not for, and the problem it solves, you're probably going to have issues with wasted money on leads, and you don't want that. And so my last point on this is you really have to stop optimizing on just surface level metrics. Don't just optimize on lead cost. Again, lead cost is really meaningless without the other stuff. Optimize and focus on lead quality. That is where it's at. And you should always know the quality of your leads. Don't just go by the cost. So if you're running ads, you're getting a lot of wasted leads, wasting time and money. Don't think about how you can just get more leads. Think about what could be in your targeting or in your ad copy or both that might be inviting the wrong people to respond, and then try and fix that. Your ad is not just a magnet, it's a filter. Do not forget that. So I hope that was helpful. Next week, we're going to be talking about Facebook and Instagram ad metrics that matter the most here in almost mid-2026. But until then, my friends, episode 467 is in the books. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique. Results can vary. There's no guaranteed outcomes. So always keep that in mind. If you want to get in touch, philgrahamdigital.com is the website, and I will talk to you on next week's episode. Have a great week. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.